with the Yuumi on them, so it's not unbeatable. It is not a game over state if that champion goes through, and Team Queso recognize that too. They're not just immediately blind picking the Yuumi, they're going to take something like the Jace instead.
Exactly right. When we look back at the grand finals up against Rix as well, when they picked a composition that surrounded Andres, it was Rix that is able to target him fully, and that's how they won that game. So now, as you mentioned, Jace being picked up, a lot of mystery still, as you can still put that on Vejos and Acolyte.
Giving a quick narrative point over to Acolyte alongside Andres. These are the two returning members, not only for Team Queso from their Horizon Cup ventures. Last time around, they are in the second group alongside teams like Team Secret and Thunder Talk Gaming, and they definitely had their fair share of very difficult matchups. Something that I want to track for these two players across this group stage is how well they have developed since the last international tournament.
Yeah, honestly though, looking at the draft right now, J-Team is starting strong with Lee Sin and the Riven. I'm looking at strong top in jungle, which is again the WRL special. This is no mystery. But going over, Varus. Instead, they're going for the Ziggs, which is still fine because if you have wave clear, that means Metanaut can roam around the map.
And I know you've been a big fan of the Ziggs throughout this entire tournament.
Yeah.
Between that and Varus, these two champions have such easy priority to clear out the wave instantly, which gives your support time to go roam and influence the rest of the map, and you're relatively safe under the safety of your own tower. Or if they're gonna dive you, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna back up. I'm sorry, this is no longer my zone here, but it's okay. I still got long enough range that I can clear the wave safely and I can keep myself relevant in the game.
Exactly, and I like this response from J-Team because that means they're not going to pick up the Varus. They're going to pick up the Senna, one of the strongest and most stable bot lane so far in the entire Icons tournament, because you have Sustain. Whoever's going to be your threat carry on J-Team, you have heals, you have a lot of shielding, so I like this pick from J-Team.
It's something that we have come to characterize so much about J-Team is specifically the lethality of Barry and DY as a level 1 bot lane. DY consistently has threatened all-ins right from the get-go, and if teams are not prepared for it, either they lose out on summoner trades or they even just drop a kill.
Exactly, so if DY picks up a set, he is not afraid to level 1 you on a Ziggs lane. He's not afraid to level 2 you and burn a flash, just as you said, or even kill you. So I feel like if the set is open, the Gragas is open, those are the two best picks that DY can use paired with a Senna lane to make it extra aggressive.
Yeah, you can't even sleep on the Galio either. Justice Punch Flash, oh my goodness. And now J-Team, they seem to have the pick of the litter. Team Queso were far more preoccupied with some of the mid lane options for Pan, and there, you called it, Gragas.
I think this is really good because you need disengage in case Team Queso has only one in, which is so far the Thresh. I feel like if that's the only engage that they have, they're going to have a little bit of difficulty trying to hold down targets because they need additional CC. Because look at J-Team's composition. They're all very maneuvery, slippery rather. That's not a word.
You got there in the end. High mobility, right?
Yeah,
so with this Varus lock-in, that means Vejos will be the one piloting the Ziggs. J-Team, I imagine that with assassins like the Zed gone, the Akali gone, Team Queso and Vejos in particular feels safe enough that he can take something like a Ziggs into the mid lane, because normally it used to be super powerful in year 1. Whoa!
Single target damage, baby! This is basically it. Just basically a teeny tiny AoE on the side of Ziggs.
And this is really interesting from Andres because the thing about Vi is you can build damage on a Vi, but she's not necessarily known as a hyper carry jungler. She's not a Jax or a Fiora that scales and tries to 1v9 fights. She is a utility-based jungler. She has one specific goal: find the key target for J-Team, lock him down with that with the ultimate ability, and then you're just giving your life for the cause so the rest of Team Queso can follow up. This flexibility from Andres shows that Team Queso are willing to put the trust in the other members of the team.
Yeah, the dynamic's gonna be, they're gonna rely heavily on Joey and Vejos, and especially Acolyte and the Jace. We know once the Jace gets ahead, it's so hard. Picking up the Hull Breaker, gonna side lane, gonna get turret plates, and gonna hurt even more. So this is a triple threat poke composition. But the math is, though, is you don't have disengage. The reason why poke comps work is that you can avoid the all-in. I'm a little bit worried here for Team Queso.
You are only relying on tools like the box from the threat, duo from the WRL in the jungle, and Baron side of the map. It was Thunder Talk Gaming. Fabai, and I want to say it was either once or Chris.
Yes.
It's so long ago, but they're no strangers to having to face some of the most powerful opponents in the world. Now it's up to them to see if they've developed and they've grown from that point on. And Acolyte, we know that this person can pop off. If you remember back at Horizon Cup on picks like the Darius, getting the 1v2, one of the most infamous clips back from Horizon Cup last year.
And I feel like it's going to be highly possible, right? With Andres now being on a utility-focused champion, like the Vi, level 5 is going to be incredibly strong. Even level 3, if the waves are prepped. But I want to pivot a little bit for bot lane, right? DY, super scary, can outplay you, can 2v2. Without the assistance of Cherry here on this Lee Sin, he can make plays for Barry.
Oh, no death sentence, but good play, interrupts the body slam. Methonaut making sure that he is not afraid to go toe-to-toe with DY and Barry, who have already shown such a strength and force to be reckoned with through the playing stage.
This is definitely the right play. You are on a Varus Thresh, which is the most offensive, oppressive bot lane combo, and this is what we're talking about. Cherry Dawn, the first gank.
Leading off the Krugs, already level 3. Acolyte, you gotta be careful. If Dawn gets ahead, we've already seen what he can do on the Wukong, but I think Cherry was looking for a prediction flash from Acolyte. The Sonic Wave just goes a little wide, but the damage has been done. Summoner's being blown.
Yeah, really nice. The psychic play!
DY, they knew that the dive was coming, but if they're taking turret shots, they can look for the punish. 2v4, but Team Queso juggling the turret aggro so beautifully, and they can still go for more, but Pan is here. He has come for retribution. A good old flash ignite takes out Joey.
Really nicely done by DY. That could have been sour and easily went south for Team Queso there, but really nicely done. It was 4 people with that dive, and I like this adaptation because before in the play-ins, whenever these WRL teams would gank early level 3 topside, usually there are no exchanges, but a lot of these teams are learning, adapting, and I like this response from Team Queso, trying to gank bot lane. They were able to get Barry's life, but unfortunately it was a 1-for-1 exchange.
Yeah, and one can reason that the game plan for Team Queso was going to be snowballing the Jace, which is why Cherry needed to make sure that he got to the Baron side of the map, shut down Acolyte early, or at least put some pressure on him so he couldn't be so far forward aggressive. But Andres, making the read, making the adaptation, goes for the dive onto the bottom side of the map, and it ends up being a 1-for-1, maybe not as clean as you would like, but Team Queso showing that they are ready to fight back against J-Team.
Yeah, that's why DUI should be careful. Level 5 already available, so that means it will be a bit harder now to gank in tower dive. But as long as Joey sets up with the poke, Team Queso is going to be fine.
We got about a couple minutes before we head into the objective stage. So for both of these teams, they're still chilling, they're still vibing for the most part. I like the early moves that both Andres and Cherry have gone for. Cherry, for Acolyte, that flash timer is still down. He is past level 5. If he wants to really get Dawn snowballed ahead, he wants to path immediately towards the top side of the map.
And looks like Cherry's gonna do just as that. Gonna take a quick trip here in the mid lane
first. He might look for it. Beautiful kick. Vejos still has flash. Shouldn't go down, but the damage is strong from Pan. But he uses barrier, stays alive. Andres, now in the 1v2, gets a lot of burst damage down. Isn't enough to take down Pan. Pan's very beefy. Cherry goes back in, and he punishes the Spaniard. Gets another one. It's a double for Cherry.
Oh my word, there's more.
The action doesn't stop. This is Wild Rift, baby. You can't take your eyes off the screen. Blink and you just might miss a kill opportunity. J-Team, 3 kills to them.
It is just basically everywhere. We saw Team Queso just making sure that Acolyte is safe. Look at the vision, but Cherry says, okay, if I'm not gonna get a kill anywhere, I'm gonna try in mid lane. I get a double kill, and DY does DY things once more, makes a play, makes an aggressive play, kills Methonaut. Let's take a look at that again. I mean, really nice counter gank, really nice kick coming from Cherry. And this was the correct timing from Andres, right? They couldn't finish off the kill, but the same thing can be said for Team Queso. They didn't have enough damage. That is the worry. Zig's gonna scale later. If that's a Vi, more utility, less on the damage section, so that's the problem.
It's a mismatch too, right? If you're going up against like a squishy mage, you kill Garen right there as the Vi. But you're going up against the Garen. The Garen is such a durable fighter. Vejos knows as well. He's like, oh man, that was... Or not Vejos, Joey's like, man.
Yeah, that is... It's okay. Yeah, it's the early game.
Yeah, you know, I know that's... Joey was definitely representing the European fandom right there. It's like, I imagine Stuart and Hells on the analyst desk doing the same thing, just leaning back in their chairs like, come on, guys, we can't do that.
That's a pretty accurate impression.
After listening to Stuart the whole week, it tends to pick up. It's not perfect. He says it's still too posh, man.
Well, we'll see how the impression goes as the Icons Day go by. But, you know, Rift Herald, I like this rotation from Team Queso, right? They know that there's a big importance for J-Team's, J-Team's Rift Herald. So that's what they're trying to do. They're going to fight 5v5 here. Let's see who wins.
And a good thing for Team Queso, they still have their one-item spikes.
Poke them out!
J-Team, have to be careful. If they take too much poke before they finish down this objective, it's going to be super easy for Team Queso to come in and clean up. Make Inferno Bomb. Comes out from Vejos, gets a poke down, but Cherry secures the Rift Herald. Now, what do? Nice kick.
Nice kick.
It doesn't really hit anyone onto the backside, but it punts Acolyte right away from the rest of J-Team, and they can be escorted out safely here. Oh, DY. And he says, I don't want to be escorted out. I want to be bouncing them back to the fountain.
Yeah, he's fine. He's definitely fine. I think they canceled out that teleport and bought a little bit of time for them to return to the Rift, to the main Rift.
Yeah.
But that's a nice charge. Rift Herald just wants to stretch his arms before going further into the mid lane.
What was so cool about DY, I didn't realize it at first, but, you know, I thought he was just trying to be cheeky to Team Queso, but he was preventing them from getting an access to the mid lane. That Rift Herald gets a charge uncontested. That is guaranteed first brick for J-Team. Now they have control to the rest of the map.
And we're seeing a little bit of the issue with the composition that Team Queso has. They have a lot of damage, more damage than J-Team, but fight.
Oh, DY all the way from downtown, Protobelt and Flash, but Team Queso, they've got a Vi, a single target lockdown, and it seems like J-Team wasn't ready for the boldness there. I like the spice from DY.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely one of, that's what he does, the instincts. But unfortunately, the rest of J-Team quite far away. Cherry looking for a pick here, but the satchel is gonna save Vejos. But that's the thing, the theme for Team Queso's composition is a lot of single target. So if they are able to catch someone off guard, able to catch stragglers, that is how you win this game. Well, aside from poking, Rafa. Aside from poking.
You gotta whittle them down from afar. You don't have any strong committal tools outside of this Vi, but it's only one target. You don't have access to strong AoE CC like a Wukong.
Yeah.
And the fact that Andres is not even building
Triforce.
Yeah, a Triforce. So you know, we have seen now kind of a split between either Divine Sun. Oh, hey, hold up. Oh, no. Methanot thought that he was walking in the safety of his own jungle. But that jungle don't belong to you anymore, no.
Nope, nope, nope. It's a scary jungle out there, definitely, Rafa. And the fact that J-Team didn't even break bot lane tower just yet, and they're commanding that as their territory already, is a very telling sign what the game state is right now. Andres, though, does he want to get Dawn? No.
He was looking for it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I don't like what you guys did to my support. I'm going to give you a little bit of payback. But J-Team is like, I mean, cool, you can chase me all you want. They got the dragon, they got another tower. Team Queso managed to trade back onto the top side of the map. Yeah, they're falling behind on tempo. This is the efficiency that we have come to be so...
The macro is crazy.
Yeah, I'm searching for the right word because I don't think, like, even admired is not enough. However, DY, what you doing there, bro?
He wanted the blue buff, Rafa. He was interrupted by Vejos and Andres. Oh dear.
You know what? DY taking a scenic route. Team Queso's like, hey, you're not supposed to be here, bro. Where are your friends?
Yeah, go back to your own jungle. This is ours. And I feel like if DY can afford to roam around, have a comfortable stroll in the jungle. Well, not as comfortable because he didn't really get the blue buff and he actually died there. But I suppose for J-Team now, this is a good state because every time Team Queso is trying to trade elsewhere, J-Team takes twice as much as that around the map.
Yeah, it's remarkable that J-Team are able... Oh, hold up now. Joey has been punted right back into the waiting arms of Pan, but Methanot and Andres fully commit and make sure they never leave a comrade behind. They trade on to Cherry, and now the gold lead, while still ahead 4,000 gold, Team Queso slowly catching up.
Yeah, honestly, this composition from Team Queso is so good for punish, for over-aggressive plays that we're seeing from J-Team right now. Their single target, their funnel damage onto one, even though I see a Garen right there that's incredibly tanky. Of course, if you single it out, funnel all your damage there, you can kill them. Rift Herald, though, has been already started by Team Queso.
Yeah, Cherry's not here yet. He's beelining it,
Dawn.
but 2,000 HP on the Rift Herald. However, rest of JT, wait, they took out
my.
Andres! And look at that! Dawn says, even if our jungler goes down, I am here to support the cause. I'm here to pick up the remaining pieces. And the rest of J-Team, this is, what a team. I just cannot fathom how much admiration, how much respect you gotta have for this squad here.
It's super aggressive. It feels like they're taking so many things off of the map, and they do not allow the opposition to take things back and equalize the goal, equalize the map state. And it's so good what Dawn did there. He saw Andres solo.
Oh no, no, no,
It
no,
might
no, no,
happen
no, 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 no!
Oh.
Wait, is this the ultimate? Wait, we might have underestimated Cherry with the two-man kick. Oh my goodness! We thought that Team Queso had the turnaround. Cherry eventually does go down, but he manages to help J-Team trade out 2 for 1, buying more time so that Dawn can push on the other side of the map. And it just seems like Riku, every single time that Team Queso might have found the punish, might have found the winner to get back in this game, J-Team still managed to one-up them.
They're just so strong. Look at them go.
Pan just gets the dive free willingly onto the Ziggs.
word.
Vejos nowhere else to run. Barry locking down Methanaut right under the tower. It's only 500 HP, and Dawn gets to do whatever he pleases on the other side of the map. DY is also pushing into... There's pressure everywhere.
I know, and it doesn't matter whether it's from the support. There's another fight once more.
Okay, Andres doesn't have ultimate quite available. Looking for the
DY.
punch. Flashing forward, locking it down. Just one more auto attack would do the trick, but Andres can't do it. Oh man, and Pan, he's got a giant sword. Demacian Justice just rains all over the Rift, and Acolyte shows up, but it's a little too late. The damage has been done. The friends have fallen. And the rest of Team Queso are now on the back foot once again.
It's crazy, J-Team. Again, going back to what you just said, Rafa, every time we think that they can take things back in the game, J-Team just triples their lead even more because Team Queso, very busy in the fight. You get 1 kill, J-Team gets 2 towers in exchange.
And when we have a moment to breathe, you know, let's try and explain to the fans why this is happening. Like Team Queso, they're so far behind in their main split pusher and Acolyte, he can't match up to Pan, he can't match up to Dawn, so the only way that Team Queso can get back at this game is off those picks. You have a great single target ultimate, and that is what Team Queso are trying to do. They're trying to accelerate how fast they can pick off a member and get in, get out. But it's just, the targets that they go for, they're already so durable. Barry on this end is going to be stacking so much health. Pan is Garen. What else needs to be said?
Yeah, you can't, especially if you're a pole comp. He's just gonna run away, regenerate his HP, and then go back into the fight. It's really difficult if you don't have a powerful execute. Oh
no, Vejos. He tried to get the sneaky recall off. He's like, no one will find me here, right? But J-Team are just relentless. Okay, but Methanaut still not going down without a fight. Flashing in with the death sentence. The rest of the fight has erupted into chaos. Barry's traded 1 back, but Andres is gone. And now you have Dawn on the forefront, on the pursuit. Chasing Joey and Acolyte back into the base, but their eyes are onto the inhibitors. 1 inhibitor should fall, and the rest of the Nexus will soon come next. J-Team, it may not happen right now, but you see the dominoes starting to line up and getting ready to be knocked down.
Yeah, mid lane already open. This is a very action-packed game so far. Just when you think that you can breathe, take a breather. Nope, J-Team is gonna find another fight, find another pick, and look at the respect that Team Queso has. They have 4 hourglasses just to try and buy time, because J-Team, is that gonna be a steal? That's not, sadly, enough.
Respectable attempt.
Yeah, respectable attempt just to try and get things back, but this is a massive goal lead already. Massive control. 5-2-3 for Cherry. 5-0-4 for Pan, by the way.
They're setting up for another pick here. Oh, but I think DY either saw someone's leg sticking out of the bush there. He's like, hold up. That doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's not right.
Ah, DY!
Woo!
You're so clean with it, brother. Andres forced to flash away, but Cherry is still hunting for the final kill. Looking for the last bit of damage. Dawn with the execute. Wind slash cutting right through Andres' heart. And Methanaut has been left to the wolves. Once again, J-Team, they haunted a pack, and they are leaving no mercy. No one leaves alive in this jungle.
So strong to the point that people are still fighting while they get Baron.
Oh my goodness, Pan! Pan!
Oh!
Leave him
He just wants to
Man,
live.
we're already past the play-in stage. We're on the group
My.
stage. You can't just be dominating them this hard.
Wait, Dan's about to die?
give them a chance.
We'll see. Because,
Oh my goodness, dude, J-Team, I imagine they're having so much fun.
They are. They
on the
look
stage
like they're
right now.
having so much fun.
They're 17,000 gold ahead. They're just throwing out skill shots. They're throwing out abilities and
They're being
ultimates.
flashy
It's
right
like,
now. Look at
"Oh,
Sherry."
I'll get it in 30 seconds. It's no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, like we're just waiting for our teammates to take Baron. We can help buy some time, zone them away so far away from the Baron. I think that's too far. You're just basically locking them in the cage of their own base. And now it's sieging time, baby. TQ, while they do have wave clear, this is a very, very strong lead from J-Team already.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. Especially the fact that the early game went so well for J-Team right now. And they're getting all the towers, Rafa.
Systematic, efficient, even with a little bit of flair on top of it as well. That is J-Team in a nutshell. Not even feathered by the #1 seed from Europe. J-Team continue their dominance straight out of play-in stage and make their first group stage game win look like a walk in the park.
I know! The way that they're not allowing even exchanges from Team Queso, they're just so good, so smart, from macro to micro. They have everything covered. And again, this is what we're talking about, the WR.
And sometimes he did, misplay a little bit as well, but like I said, it's J-Team, it's China at the end of the day. Even though they are the 5th seed, it's a really, really big, task.
And the Lee Sin on Cherry also perfectly complements the playstyle they needed against Team Queso, which is pushing their advantage. And here you can see it in the gold graph as well, right? Like, they were pushing their advantage. And when you get ahead with the Lee Sin, when you get ahead with that composition, with Pan on that Garen as well, that's going to become an unkillable Garen. That's going to become a very dangerous Lee Sin. And then you have that Senna as well, who scales into the late game, just perfectly played by J-Team right here. The draft, the game, everything really.
I mean, you look at the first rotation
I think
of
we
picks
saw
as well.
how much of a pest I guess the Garen became towards the late game when we saw that nobody could do anything against
20K gold lead.
against the Garen, and we just saw this again from JT, from the WRL teams. They know exactly